fun, kind of random thrift haul this morning. Little Cottagecore, a little Boho, and of course some Farmhouse. Y'all, all of these items you see in front of me are already loaded up on my site, upcycledbybrie.com. I've dropped that down in the description box and in the live chat. So if you see something you love, run over now, go ahead, grab the item, check out, then come back and hang out because items do go fast. And if you end up placing multiple orders within the next 24 hours, I'll take those orders, I'll combine them down into one box as much as possible and refund extra shipping. So as you hop on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I see some people hopped on and now they're back off. They're probably shopping. We'll get started as they shop and then they can come back and hang out when they're done. So I see Sue is here and Jane. Hi ladies, my friends. Anne is on, and some new friends as well. So this week I did a couple of thrift stores and a garage sale. Major Thrift here in Topeka, Kansas is 20% off on Sundays. I hit up Goodwill as well, found some good things. We'll talk about pricing in a little bit. And then there's a guy around the corner from my house here who has a garage sale pretty much all summer long. Grab some items from him as well. Jane, those deer will be coming your way on Monday. If you guys didn't see the brass deer I listed up this week, they were amazing, and Jane snagged those up. So this week I found a ton of birdhouses. Birdhouses always do well for me. These all came from Goodwill. This one was $8. You know, we were talking as I was live at Goodwill about how pricing is just up everywhere. Literally everywhere. Even garage sales are higher than they used to be. But it's got the adorable little lion's head, claw feet, a finial bird on top, and it has some distressing to it. Not the best, but also not the worst. So you could totally leave it like this if you like this cream color, or you could paint it up and give it a new look. I have it listed up at $24.95, and this one is a good size. Great color for all year round. Birds and birdhouses always do well. I found this fern. Also Goodwill find. It was $4 and I couldn't pass it up. I am gonna blow it off with my compressed air or whatever and get the dust off of it. But that terracotta has some built-in moss, really pretty patina to it. And then the greenery is really good. So whenever I can find good greenery at the thrift store, I snag it up. I paid $4 on this one and it's $12.95. It also has a great size to it. I found some big items this week. Sammy's on. Hey, y'all. Also, now that Sammy's on, I want to remind you about our upcoming event. It's not till September, so you have plenty of time to get your tickets and plan, but it's For the Love of Junk weekend, and we are going to have an amazing time hopping on a party bus to Thrift and then go flip our finds at the antique mall where Sammy has her booth. So if y'all haven't heard about that, let me drop the link to that real quick while we're here. It's getting real, like real. We've sold 7 tickets so far, so there's only 13 left. They're going quickly. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And I've got Sammy. That girl is all business, so we good. Bonnie's on. Hey, Bonnie, I sent an order out to you yesterday. Ooh, vacationing in Mexico. I'm jealous, Gilda. Okay, I dropped that link, Sammy. She said, yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be so much stinking fun. Can you imagine me and Sammy on a party bus? Woo-hoo. All right, bird. Birdhouse is bird. It was the word this week. This one was also $4, $3.99 at Goodwill. That seemed to be a very common price this week, so I was okay with that. It was originally $17.99, looks like from Hobby Lobby. I am going to give it a beautiful new paint job and sell it to you for just $14.95. So the color on it is not great, but it has great texture. So this with a paint job and some wax, it's gonna be fabulous. Denise said cocktails. You know, I'm okay with that. Maybe at the end of the day at the restaurant, we can have a margarita. Jane, you know, if you can swing it, come join us. Okay, so this item, next to it, it says read description. If y'all are shopping with me and you ever see that, make sure you read down through the description box and see what I'm going to do. This one, like I said, will just get a fun new paint job. Some weeks when I'm shopping, my whole haul comes together just like perfectly, you know, and it looks like I just curated this beautiful collection. This week, not much, not so much so, but I think it kind of works just looking at the spread. Ashley's on. Hey, girl. Sammy, I don't like wine. I'm gonna get my iPad in a better place here so I'm not looking down in the corner. So sorry, excuse me. Pardon me. Let's talk about these salt and pepper shakers now that I have them in my hand. Salt and pepper shakers, somebody ordered like 10 sets last week, all in one order. So I figured I would grab some more. I paid $2 for this set. They're up at $10.95. They look like Raydun inspired, but I don't know if they actually are. They're great quality, kind of stoneware-ish. No chips or cracks. $10.95 for the set of salt and pepper. You can bring any alcohol you want there. Oh, Sammy. Girls, don't get her started. Just kidding. We will have a blast, whether you like to have a cocktail or not. So I saw this at Goodwill while I was live, and I think I shrieked a little. $4.99 on this beautiful piece of brass. It is a vintage coffee pot. Still has the finial on top. Let's see what it looks like inside. Oh yeah, solid. I'm saying at your own discretion, but you could still totally use that. Malibu rum. This live has taken a turn. Everybody's ready for this holiday weekend. Are y'all doing anything fun for the 4th of July? I'm in love with the etched brass, though. Always pick up etched brass pieces. I didn't know that was a coffee pot, but now that I know, every time I see one, I'm gonna be like, ooh. Fun little wall basket. This was 99 cents and 20% off at major thrift. So it was what, 80 cents? And it's up to $8.95. I always get these when they're in good condition. These, of course, they're kind of boring, right? It's just a plain little basket. It's nothing fancy. But you turn it this way and hang it up on the wall, and you can see the design so much better. Just love putting these into wall basket collages. Oh, Jane, the wedding is this week. Time flies. I cannot wait to see all of the pictures. Congrats on all of that and getting it done and accomplished. I can't even imagine. I've never planned a wedding, so I can't even imagine. I'm over here fretting about this thrifting day. Oh, goodness. Hey, y'all, if you wouldn't mind, while you're on, hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you could send this to a friend. I think people still are trying to remember that we're going live at 9 a.m. So go send them a reminder if you can. I have a couple of beautiful cobalt blue jars up on my site right now. This one is $9.95. This one actually got delivered by Miss Alyssa, the junk fairy, to my porch. So that was a freebie. I have one this big and then the other one's like this tall. So if you want a pair, there is two. Okay, what's next? Such a random assortment. Another junk fairy delivery. Does anybody know what this is? I'm going to set it to the side for a second. No cheating. Don't Google it. Give y'all a second to comment. I had to look it up. Anybody know what this is for? I do now. Drop me a comment. Yeah, Denise says she loves the blue bottles. I don't decorate with a ton of the cobalt blue glass personally. I do a ton of amber and a lot of white glass. So I sell the blue, but it is gorgeous. I found this crock. It is a unique color. I love the brown on this, something a little different than usual, and it's got a really fun speckly, like it's not a paint job, but like speckly stoneware look to it. I paid $6 for this one. It's up at $34.95. It's got a little bit of chipping and a crack that is listed in the description, but the crack doesn't go all the way through. So I'm pretty sure I can get it to arrive alive. No pressure. Okay, I have ice pick and ice block grabber, and y'all are correct. Y'all are smart. It is an antique ice block grabber. Can you imagine how big and heavy those blocks of ice were? That's really fun. I don't ever find these. Alyssa found this one, I think, at God's Storehouse. Oh, it's got a little bit of black paint on the handle and that good patina on the wood. Love that. $24.95 on this. I had to look these up. And they were going for like $50 to $75. It's crazy. Look at this great rusty crustiness. This came from the garage sale. He had a whole pile of good rustiness. I paid around $1 for this piece. You know, I piled it all up and he gave me a total price. So I kind of averaged it out, and this one is $8.95. This would look really cute in a little gardening vignette on a little potting station. Jane, we knew what you meant. This was another one of those rusty, crusty items. Look at that bright orange spot of rust right there. Stage this up with some florals. This would look so cute in the spring with some like big white peonies in it. And in the fall, throw a few pumpkins in there. And the winter, some birch. Just a really good old patinaed bucket. I paid around $1 for it. This one is up at just $19.95. That's a steal of a deal. Okay, more cobalt blue. Yahoo! Thanks, Sammy. Sammy's on it. Okay, cute little cottage basket. This one was not priced at Goodwill. When I went up front, they told me $2.99. Had some ugly floral in it. I went ahead and paid it because I do love the wall baskets. I like the detail on the back of this one, how it curves down into that V. And then the spiral design, just a really pretty little dainty basket. It's up at $12.95. Oh, Deborah said, was I gone for a while? Didn't see you in my feed. Sorry, Deborah. I have been a little MIA this week, a little quiet. Sorry, I will be honest. I'll be a little more active next week. So to be totally honest, this week was the anniversary of my mom's death, which was 4 years ago. She passed away 4 years ago, so kind of a tough time, a tough week. I was just kind of chilling out a little bit this week and doing some work around the house. But all good things, you know, have come since then. I moved into her house, and that's when I started painting furniture, and then I started my channel. And y'all, if you've been with me for a while, you've seen a bunch of changes in the last 4 years. So I've just been reflecting and kind of taking some quiet time this week. But back to business as usual. All right, I found these little claw grabbers. They were major thrift. They were in with the utensils, so that means they were only 80 cents. They have got the most gorgeous epoxy job on them. The black and white, I almost kept them, but I already have too many. Too many of my own kitchen utensils, just like I've shopped for them. But that's okay. These are gorgeous. $9.95 on the set. I paid around 80 cents. I do love my kitchen utensils. Ooh, Alyssa dropped this one off. I had to check this out. It's a boot pole. A boot. Boot. It's not a boot pole. I can't remember the word for it. But if you look up cow boot, it should pop up in the search bar on my website. If you can't find it, it is $29.95. A very unique piece, all brass. If you have a cowboy or a boot fan in your home, this would be a fun conversation piece. Oh, yeah. Alicia just said on the opening scene of Frozen, they used those ice block pullers, and you are not wrong. Now that you say it, I recall that. Maybe I have tried to block that out because that came out when my daughter was, what, like 2? Oof, you're not wrong. These fun gas funnels sell so quick. I don't know what y'all do with them, if you just stage them up in vignettes or what, or if they just bring back some fun memories. But I pick them up every time I see them. It came from the garage sale, and this one is up at $8.95. So much good rusty crusty this week. Another set of spoons. So somebody called me out when I was live and shopping for spoons the other day. I think it was Deborah. She was like, you have 10 sets of wooden spoons up on your site now. And I was like, oh, thanks for counting for me. But it's fine. I always pick them up when I see them because they always end up selling. And if you don't want to hunt and dig and curate a set of your own, I got you back. This one is a light wood spoon set, I do believe. $8.95. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. This is a super fun retro juice mug or juice jar. I found this at Major Thrift, and I don't think they knew what they had because it was not priced very high. I only paid $3.20 for it, and they were upwards of $40 on eBay. No chips or cracks on this guy. I have it listed up at $19.95. I love the shape of this. Not really my style of decor, but mid-century modern lovers, snag that up. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. And I know you are correct. Okay. These came from the garage sale and I paid up a little bit. He had $15, $6. These vintage tins are actually highly collectible. These still have the powder in them, but I couldn't pass them up. He ended up bundling, kind of giving me a deal on them. I paid $5 each on them. I have them listed up at $12.95 each because I wanted y'all to get a good price. So this is C. I think it's Vintage Beauty Tin C. Baby talc. That pink is to die for. Kind of a salmon-y pink. Oh, gas nozzle is an oil can spout. Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you, Debbie, for correcting me. Y'all always please correct me when I say the wrong things because I have no clue what I'm talking about half the time. She said it punches down into the oil. And then I remember Elaine said one day that her dad made her keep one in the trunk of her car. That way if something happened, she'd have it. So I imagine then y'all just bought the oil at the store and punched that thing into it. It's crazy instead of the plastic bottle. Look at the green on this one. This is A, also $12.95, dainty deodorant powder. This one is B. I think these two would look really good together. That one is a lavender talc. Oh, for men. I almost wanted to smell these, but I didn't dare try. And then that one's violet talcum powder. It has a pretty rust patina on this side and then not on this one. And this is D. I just love these. What do y'all think about these tins? Let me know what you think. That way I know whether I should buy more or not. Because they were a little pricey, like I said. Speaking of a little pricey, Goodwill had these baskets and I couldn't pass them up. They were nesting. They had two in each. There's 3 here. Math is hard. This one was inside this one. So there were 2 sets of 2 is what I'm trying to say. But once I took them apart, I discovered this is actually a set of 3 nesting. How cute is that? This one is solo, but I decided I would just put them all together and make them a set of 4. Because they're just beautiful. I have the set of 4 up at $19.95. So my profit margin's not going to be huge on these. But I knew somebody would just have to have them. So I went ahead and grabbed them. Plus, they are small and very, very lightweight. So they'll be easy, quick, and inexpensive for me to ship. So if you're a reseller, definitely keep some of those things in mind. Sometimes I'll pay up for things that I know are going to be easy and inexpensive to ship. $19.95 on the set of 4 baskets. These also came from the garage sale. That rusty, crusty goodness. These old measuring cups always sell quickly. I have $8.95 on the set of 3. Of course, these will be decor only. I'm getting some good compliments on those baskets. What would y'all store in those baskets since they're see-through? Okay, another box. Y'all can school me on this one. It's a bread box. Refrigerator box. Don't know. I found this at Major Thrift as well. It was only $3.20. Excuse me. And I had this one inside of it. I thought it was like a bread baking pan and then you could put it, oh my allergies are terrible, put it inside here, but that was not the case. So I think somebody just put them together. But I'm keeping them together and selling them as a whole little set here. What was this for? I like this. This would be a fun little storage piece for something you didn't want out in plain sight. All right, I don't think y'all can see this on the screen. Let's look at this guy. Ugh. Why not, right? It's a conversation piece. It's wood. It has some great patina. This was at the garage sale. I paid around $5 for it. I have it up at $29.95. Who doesn't need a mallet the size of their head? What do you think this was used for? I have no clue what anything is that I'm selling today, apparently. I think I just put huge mallet in the listing. Okay, Jane said she thought it was bread storage too. Denise said maybe an ice box. I could look it up. Is this from the carnival? I don't know. I thought it would look really fun sitting in the corner. Conversation piece. Maybe for intruders. I know, Jane, all I can think about when I see things like that is Jamie and Zeb saying that it could be used as a weapon. It's weapon grade. Cute little flower bucket here. Paid a couple dollars for it. Nothing too fancy. It is up at $8.95, $6.95. Not much. Oh, and this is cute. I've never seen a little coffee cup basket. So cute on a coffee bar. You could put your little creamers in there or something, right? I paid $3 for this at Goodwill. It was not priced. So the pricing that day, whoever was doing it, was reasonable. And this is up at $10.95. So cute. There is a little red stain on it right here. But if you turn it this way, nobody knows. These donkeys came from a friend. I paid him $10 for both the donkeys, which is probably a lot. But they're so old and cool. And then I was thinking at first maybe they're cows or goats, but they're definitely donkeys, right? Yeah, Bonnie, I have no clue what that mallet was for either. Maybe it really was made for intruders. It's funny. I'm going to drop the thrift haul in the live chat again. Just in case you're catching the replay too and you're wondering who I'm talking to, you can click the little live chat button underneath the video here and you should be able to see our chat. All right, these vintage donkeys, I might end up keeping one of those. They do match my black decor. This is the best rusty, crusty box I have got here in a long time. It's got some great old paint chips on it and a ton of rust in the bottom. If I was going to use this inside my home, I would probably spray it with like some Rust-Oleum matte clear enamel or something, just to keep it from rubbing off. But I would probably use this outside personally, out in the garden. I had a sticker on it. I swear I did. That one I only paid a couple bucks for at the garage sale. Oh, there it is. And it's up at $26.95. Paul Bunyan. That makes sense. Found a little bit of copper salvage. Nothing crazy here, but if y'all wanted to do a fun little DIY project of your own, figured I could throw that up on my site. It is $3.95. This was in the free pile at the garage sale, which apparently I missed all the good stuff. It's okay though. I have another estate sale clean out coming out real soon. Fun little possibilities with this for sure. That'd just be a little fun add-on for your order if you like to DIY. These birds were a freebie inside one of my bird cages. I'm going to give them a nice little paint job because they look angry and they don't match. And they will be $12.95 for the pair once they're all done. They're going to be super cute. Okay, and then I was going to pass on this guy because he's broken. And he was $3.99, but then I found this guy on the shelf underneath him, and then it became a pair, and then it became a problem because I couldn't just take one and leave the other. Whatever. It's okay. I paid $8 for these vintage deer. Deer sell very, very well for me though, so I went ahead and took the risk. I do have them up at $16.95 as is. I'm thinking, you know, maybe a little air dry clay antler. Or, you know, you just let them rock one, because sometimes don't they lose one in a fight or something? They were just too good. Yeah, they were too good to pass up. They do have a couple little flea bites on them, but that's all put in the listing. Me personally, with my vintage items, I'm not looking for perfection always. My decor style, I like the imperfections. Do not screenshot that face. Look at this huge heavy duty frame. It was $3.20 after discount at Major Thrift. Could not pass it up. It's heavy. It stands up on its own. It's got a very secure system here in the back with the little screws and everything. And it was a great price. It'll be $26.95 and we're actually going to paint this today. Okay, I was gonna say, Jane, I thought, the deer lose an antler in the wild. And then Becky is on. Hey, Becky. And she said she just got through her first whatnot sale. Becky, I want to chit chat with you later, and I'm going to watch your replay because that is a whole different world over there. I'll go watch and see what you have. I'm excited. Little glass swan dish. Always grab my swans. Little trinket dish. I paid $2.99 for this, and it's up at $10.95. No chips or cracks. Ready to go. Pretty. It's not crystal. It'd be cooler if it was, but it's not. These furniture feet were also a major thrift find. I paid $4 for the bag. They are up at $44.95 for the set of 4. But what I'm thinking is whoever buys them can use them for DIY projects. If you can take your power drill and stick it on here, you can reverse that thread out. I'm thinking drill a hole down in here, and this would be the perfect Christmas tree base. They're huge. They're like bigger than my hand. So this would fit like a, a little 2-foot tree or whatever. If you're a reseller, crafter, beautiful salvage pieces, tree trunk shaped. If this set of 4 doesn't end up selling, I'll probably price them individually. But then I thought if somebody wanted them for actual furniture feet, I could also keep them together for a bit. Okay, speaking of huge, look at this. Look how gorgeous. $10 at Goodwill I thought was more than reasonable for this massive piece of brass. The detail on the handles, the scroll work, it's absolutely gorgeous, and this is up at $44.95 as well. Tree holders, yes, Jane. Great minds think alike. Isn't this so pretty? Centerpiece, fruit all year round, whatever you'd like to do with it. I think this is probably the biggest, most intricate piece of brass I've ever seen, opposed to just like a more plain bucket. I was excited on that one. I squealed a little then too, and that Goodwill was busy. I'm surprised I found as much as I did. These adorable little hand-turned candlestick taper holders, a set of 2, I paid $3 for. They're up at $12.95. And then these also came from the garage sale. Another pair of salt and pepper shakers. I would say probably decor only at this point. I have them up at $9.95. They would make a really cute little Christmas piece. Or if those colors are your jam, you just display them all year round. I love that green glass. And you know what? Even if you didn't like the colors together, just that green glass jar alone is pretty cool. What is the best way to clean brass without buying toxic brass cleaner? Denise, I take a little bit of salt, coarse grain, and then vinegar. Mix that together. If you don't want to do vinegar because it can be stinky, then lemon juice will also work. Salt and lemon juice. That's probably, I usually do the lemon juice if I have it. If I don't, then vinegar works in a pinch. These cute little primitive measuring cups I thought were something special. Turns out they're just made in China, but they were still really pretty color patterned. They came from the garage sale. They were $1. They've got the measurement there on the inside. So I did go ahead and pick those up. Measuring cups are another popular seller for me. And then, look. Hey, Ladybug's here. How are you? Y'all know I love tiny things. Look at these spoons. There's a dash, a tad, a pinch, and a drop. The primitive wood, the primitive measuring spoons are up at $8.95. That green one does have a baby chip in it, unfortunately. I'm going to put these away so they don't get more chips. It's like the tiniest chip. I'll probably just take a little making powder, green making powder. Here, watch this actually. So it's got just the tiniest little chip there. I've got a little bit of my green DIY making powder. We're actually going to check this stuff out more here in a little bit. I'll put a little on my finger. Just rub it in to where that little chip is. If I wanted to make it match even better, I can take a little bit of the brown decrepit dust next. Not perfect, but it helps it blend so much. Okay, problem solved. Now if you buy them, you've seen the chip. I love this little garlic plant. I like when they look realistic like this and they have that faux dirt. Again, I'll take my air compressor, spray that out when I'm cleaning everything else. This was $1.50 and I have it up at $8.95. I think I actually have a thyme and a rosemary down there that kind of match this pretty well with that little faux wood marker. Anne is on. Good morning. I see a bunch more people hopping on. How is everybody joining me? Thanks. I don't always pick up these little brown crockery pieces, but this one is double and it had the spoons in it. Not sure if the spoons are original or not, but they match and they're cute. And this was pink tag, which was half off the Goodwill. So I paid $2.50 on it. It's up at $14.95. Put your sugar, your creamer in there, powdered creamer. Cute triple leaf bowl here, handmade in the Philippines. I did not put stickers on half of my stuff today. I'm gonna hit this one with a little bit of my hemp oil or maybe some of the tung oil and shine it up a bit. I think I paid like $2.50 on it. It's up probably around $12.95. I like the separated parts in that one, help you organize between your keys and your change and whatnot. This is Noritake Prima Stone, genuine stoneware from Japan. A blue color. Again, blue's been selling well, so I've been picking it up a little more. This one has one tiny little flea bite on it too. You know, with items that are made by a certain maker, I usually don't pick them up when they're chipped, but that was just such a tiny little chip. I liked the blue. I thought I would give them a go. They were only $3. I have them up at $16.95. Alright. This bird cage, another super cute one. $4.99 at Goodwill. Look at the clear bird on the top. I love that. And it's just perfectly white. The little lacy metal. I have this one up at $16.95. And I like when they open up from the top like this. They're so much easier to decorate than when they open from the bottom. This one would be great all year round as well. Hey Janet, how are you? Good morning. Miss Junk Fairy dropped these off. I've seen my little sugar enamel dishes before. The preserves one is really cute. It's got a handle on it. They both have lids. The inside looks to be in decent shape. Oh, that one's rusted out. So these would be decor only. They look so cute up on your china hutch. Denise is asking about pricing. So it just depends. I've over 3,000 orders now. So I've kind of figured out what my customers want. I really shop for that. And then it's just based off of kind of my market price. But I'm not selling locally anymore. What I could sell things here for locally in Kansas is so much different than what I can sell things for when I'm shipping. I don't know. I'm just thinking, it's this cool, I'm going to price it this way. No, I'm also thinking about how much did I pay for the item? How much is it going to cost me to ship? I want to make at least 3 times the cost of the item if I don't have to do anything to it. If I have to do something to it, then that needs to be more like 4 times the cost. Since I'm putting some work into it, I need to take that into consideration. And then you've just got to watch your profit to see how much you're making every month. You know, if you're not making any money, then it's time to raise prices a little bit. People say you price too high. You can feel free to send me a private message too, Denise, and we can chat more. I have a couple of options for you. This little duck, I could not pass up. Fiji Giftware, San Diego. He's silly. He was only $1.70 actually 80 cents after the discount. He's up at $12.95. It'd be really cute in a little vintage bathroom or a boy's bathroom. Sometimes you have to buy the weird, silly things. I found 2 of these bird cages. They were $5 each, but they have so much potential. Open on the bottom, and then they also have the top that opens up and an adorable little hanger in here. This hanger would come off so you could hang whatever you wanted, or you could leave the glass votive in with a candle. You could actually glue some floral in that, or you could take the glass out, put something different in. So many possibilities. They are redescription. I'm selling them as a set of 2 for $39.95. I'm going to make some wooden bases for them with a little bit of height, probably a little couple inch riser on a wooden base, and I'm going to give them a paint job. Somebody spray painted them pink. They're not great. So we're going to fix these guys up, and they're going to be so cute. That should be on an upcoming DIY next week. Just so happy would like to see what I do with the cheese box. Good deal. In this cheese box, I have 2 of them actually listed up this week. I found them at Major Thrift. We can look at them next. This one was $8 after the discount, so a little high, but it's in really great shape. It still had like the literal cheese sticker on it, and it's a blank canvas. So I am going to DIY this one. It is read description, and after I'm done with it, it'll be $29.95. So this will be on an edited video this week as well. The bird cages and the cheese box. I also have the mini one, which I paid 80 cents for, and it will be $9.95. Ladybug had that duck picture in her boy's bathroom 40 years ago. I love that. That's why I pick up those silly fun things. I hope that sparked a fun memory. I don't know, maybe the picture is about putting the seat down, so hopefully you can laugh now. This adorable little brass container. I like when I can find the square ones. It's a little grungy inside, but if it's in better condition, they make really cute napkin holders. This one's a little icky, so maybe not napkins, maybe just decor. This one is up at $10.95. It's got some great patina inside. Ooh, this would make a cute little wall hanger with that patina. Make a little scene in here, a little jar of flowers or something. These vintage trays are $2.95. How cute would this be on a nightstand? You're okay, Susie. Oh no. Okay. Thank you, Holly. I don't mean to say oh no. Holly bought the frame, but she doesn't want it painted. So we'll do something different today. That's okay. I can be spontaneous. Thank you, Holly. It is a beautiful, it has a great patina on its own. So I'm not even mad. Y'all, I was finally going to actually use boho blue. That's okay. All right, look at this adorable crock. This was like a last minute find at Major Thrift. I paid $2 for it. It's up at $12.95, and it has some really fun print on it. And then I had just a rando spoon that didn't really go with anything else, so I threw it in. Crock and a spoon, $12.95. I fell in love with this recipe box. This might be my favorite find from the week. Even though it has the apples, I think, no problem, Holly. It is actually really pretty the way it is. I'm just giving you a hard time. Did I say I was gonna paint this one? I listed my thrift haul up so early this week, y'all would be proud of me. Yes, I am going to paint it. Okay, I was going to say, I don't love the apples, but I couldn't remember. So the apples will get sanded down a little bit. This guy will get a paint job, but when you open this up, look, it still has the dividers in it, and it holds like note cards or whatever. I'll clean that up and oil it so it slides in a little easier. Then this hangs on the wall. Close it up. It'll keep them clean and keep them out of sight. And then we can do something much more modern than the apples on it. Loved that. I grabbed it for $4. It's up at $34.95. Who still uses paper recipes? I got a couple comments earlier this week. Susie, yes, if you just go to checkout, go through with your whole entire order, After you go to like put all of your information in, it will tell you what your shipping is going to be before you place your final order. If you decide shipping's too high, you could always back out of your order. At that point, it wouldn't charge you anything yet. And if you ever buy something, y'all, and you think the shipping is just crazy high on it, send me an email, upcycledbybrie@hotmail.com, because I do my shipping through pricing tiers instead of weight. Because I sell paint and products and crazy weird thrifted finds, it's much easier for me to do shipping that way, because this thing is big, but it hardly weighs anything. So it's really hard to go based off of that when a tiny little can of paint weighs a lot. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but point being, if it ever seems too crazy high, you can email me afterwards. Crafting It Up in Creation says, I just love your excitement. It matches my own. I am a weirdo. I'm a little all over the place, and I just had a really good coffee. Jane still uses paper recipes. So does Denise. Awesome. And okay, great. Yep. Oh, Tina said it'd be great to hold sunglasses. And girl, you are not wrong. If it doesn't sell soon as a recipe card holder, I'll upcycle it into a sunglasses holder. A while back, I had sold 2 of these cow cutting boards. They had brass and darker wood. This one I ended up paying $10 for. It is up at $44.95. If you see a little bit of red right here, I did a test to see if I can get it off, and I can. So I'll clean it up before I send it out. This is beautiful. It would make a really fun charcuterie board, but it also has the nice little divot in it to keep juices on the board as well. And who doesn't love a good cow? This jar of corks was on the free table at the garage sale, so of course I had to grab it. $9.95 is what it's listed up as. Look at that great rust patina. I sold a chicken wire basket last week, so I grabbed another one for my site. This one was 75 cents, 80 cents, something like that. Can't read my writing, and I have it up at $8.95. I like the shape of this one. It would look really cute with the little plant down in it. Wooden pencil cup. Always grab these when I see them. They make a great desk accessory for just a nice neutral look or in a little man cave. $10.95 on this. I paid $3.99, $3.20 after discount. And then last thing today is this cardinal. Okay, so I got yelled at, y'all. I paid $4 for this cardinal at Goodwill because he's wood. He's painted, like dyed almost, stained, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for, stained. But he is wood, and then he's got little plastic eyeballs. I love him. There's a bluebird there that was also $4. I left the bluebird behind, and so many people are like, why'd you get the red bird and not the bluebird? The bluebird was like ceramic or resin or something. And I guess in that moment, I didn't feel like it was worth $4, but the wooden one was. Thrifting logistics. Okay, so we've been live for 45 minutes. I have time. I was going to paint this frame. Holly bought it, requested me not to paint it, and I don't blame her because it is pretty. So we're not going to paint that frame. I'm glad I saw your comment. Instead, we can throw some decoupage on this box. I want to do more to it, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do the big one. So Jamie Ray Vintage carries some amazing decoupage papers. For us, I am one of her retailers, and she has discontinued a few of them. I'm assuming there's some amazing new ones coming, so I can't wait to see what they come up with. But these are 40% off on my website right now. So instead of $6.95, I think they're $4.17. There's 8 styles. I'm going to show y'all real quick, and then we'll use one of them on this cheese box. I'm sad about this one. I've got 2 of the De La Ferme left. We've got the sheep and the pig. And actually, somebody placed a decoupage paper order earlier, so I'm not going to actually tell you how many I have left because I don't know if there are any of these. Limited quantities. The black and white floral is also discontinued, large print. And y'all also let me know which one we're putting on this cheese box. I'm going to use one of these. This one is Dans la Forêt. I'm probably butchering it. In the description box, there is also a link to the decoupage paper and the DIY paint. This one's really pretty. So these decoupage papers, they are 20 by 30 inches and they're 18-pound papers. They're thick, but not so thick that they're hard to use. They're easy to use. They hold up really well. They don't fall apart or curl up on you. They're also big enough to put on like a piece of furniture front or top. And then also some of the designs have smaller images where you can cut them up for a bunch of different projects. So big fan of her papers. This one is also on sale for $17. That one is, I think, called Praise Him. We Praise Him, maybe. This one I love. I was thinking about using this one to be different today. The mermaids, but I only have 2. And I'm like, if I use one, then I only have 1 available. And that's so sad. Look how gorgeous the colors are. And then both of the damasks, the teal and the sage. This one is the sage. I really love this color. Okay, and this one. So 40% off until they're gone. And no code needed. I went in and adjusted the prices on all of them. So when you check out, they're already discounted. Isn't this one pretty? I think this one is Le Pretemps. Oh, let's use this one on the cheese box. I've got lots of this one. I need to take one out of stock. Nobody chimed in, so unless somebody answers me real quick, we're going to use this one. Pretemps. There it is. And after I use one, I will have 2 left. 2 left. The last one. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, very, very pretty. We're going to use this one. I think this one will fit on the cheese box the best. And then I could still paint the bottom of that cheese box a really fun color. That might get finished up on the edited video though. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Yeah, these colors are gorgeous. Okay, so with the paper, they do come folded. If you're worried about that, you can always iron it out, but they smooth out just fine. Don't you worry. I'm just going to take my cheese box and kind of hover it over a couple of these areas, figure out which spot I want to use. And we'll trace it. I'm going to be decoupaging with Big Top today. I either use Big Top or liquid patina. I feel like the Big Top is slightly more durable, so I figured since this was a lid, we can use Big Top. Now, I am going to over trace my edge a little bit because I want it to fit on there well, and then I'll show you my favorite easy method of cleaning up my edges when we're done. I am not a master decoupager. I know there's a million different ways to do it, but I like a good distressed look, so I'm not too worried about a perfect decoupage job. The side with the red. Woohoo! That's the one I chose. All right. We'll cut this out. So what's everybody doing this weekend? Anything exciting for the 4th of July? I hope y'all are gonna have some fun and stay safe. We lost power last night. We had a little storm here in Topeka, and as soon as the power went out, people started going crazy with their fireworks. I'm not the biggest fan, personally. They were doing the very loud ones, not the pretty ones. And my dog hates them, unfortunately. But I do love to watch the pretty ones. All right. So cutting as close as I can to my line here. I don't want to waste paper. I always save my scraps. Like maybe not that scrap, but like these scraps even. So you never know when you'll need a little piece or something to patch in with. And I usually just take them and kind of fold them up inside my big sheet. Then every once in a while I'll organize my craft supplies and I'll put all the scraps in a baggie. Yep, Ladybug, I use sandpaper too. Nothing fancy. Okay, Bonnie, I love that decoupage paper as well. I thought it would be good on the cheese box, but I would have lost a lot of the image. Maybe I'll use that one for you on next week's edited video. But I do have a couple available if you want to snag one. Out to the lake, have fun. I'm going to grab the collection real quick for the decoupage papers in case anybody that's on right now wants to check them out. You can't grab the link. And if you go to the collection, if you sort it from least expensive to most expensive, the rice papers will show up first, but then the discounted decoupage paper will show up next. Okay, so now that I've got this cut down to size, I'm going to grab my big top, and I just use a sponge brush because I don't like to clean top coats out of my brushes. I'll usually rinse these a couple times. Since these products are water soluble, you can get away with washing them out of your chip and sponge brushes a few times and reusing them. I don't like to waste. But I also don't like to wash brushes. I should be pouring this into a Dixie cup or something, but I don't think I have any in here. That's my bad. So don't do this. Don't double dip into your top coats. Pour some out. Don't be like me. Can't even see what I'm doing. Bring that up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to take one nice thin even layer over the whole top of this box. Not too thin, but you don't want it too thick either. Start ripping and tearing and causing bubbles. The liquid patina also is a great decoupage medium. It does dry a little bit faster. I think I have a little more open time with the big top in my opinion. Make sure I get it nice around all the edges so it stays down. And then I am going to make I'm going to distress it a little bit, so I'm trying to figure out which way I want the wood grain. All right, we're going to hover. Once it's down, you could probably move it like once, maybe twice if you're really lucky. But you want to try to get it in the right spot the first time. Okay, and then I'm going to just gently press out from the middle. And sometimes I even grab my brayer, but not always. Working from the middle outwards, trying to eliminate most of those wrinkles. I distress my decoupage paper, and when there's wrinkles, it makes for better distressing. So I don't mind a couple, but I don't want it to distort my image. Okay, once I've got most of the wrinkles out, and I'm just going to go back over the top with another layer of my decoupage medium. The monochromatic is beautiful. That one's not discontinued, fortunately, Denise, because it's one of my favorites. The papers are only $6.95 on their own, and I do have a flat rate shipping on them. That's very inexpensive. So if you're going to grab one paper, you might as well grab a few. It saves even more on shipping. And if you grab one of like the postcard ones or something, and then one of the bigger images, then you'll have some for furniture and some for smalls. Okay. Now I'm going to use my heat gun a little bit to dry this up. Not generally recommended, but it's going to make it faster. I like to put mine in front of a fan, honestly, and dry things a little quicker, or out in the sun. Mother Nature work for you. You can see I'm sitting here kind of messing with this, and even though this paper is very colorful, it's not, the colors aren't bleeding. Have you ever painted glue on the design to make a project look hand painted, highlighting? I have not, but you know what you can do is to use these making powders inside some of this big pop or patina and make like almost like a glaze. Is that kind of what you're talking about? If you really want these colors to pop even more too, I could have taken and painted like a white background or something on this plain wood, and it would have made the colors even more vibrant, but I didn't because I wanted the wood grain to show through. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the base of this plain or not. But that's a good tip for you if you want to make your decoupage even more vibrant. Little spot right there where I didn't get quite enough. Leave it plain. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I think this is so pretty and colorful that if I painted the base, it would take away from it. I think it feels more like boho-y, cottagey with the natural wood element. Wax the base. I could definitely do that. Maybe add a couple fun little pops of making powder or something somewhere. How about we'll finish this morning so I can highlight the decoupage papers I have on sale. And then y'all have to catch the edited video later this week to see how I finish it. Dun 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 dun. All right, so as this was wet, it probably, I don't know if y'all can see, I should have showed you. It might have looked a little more wrinkly. As it dries, these wrinkles are kind of settling down on their own, which is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, this is a pretty color. I'm kind of surprised at a couple of these they discontinued. It must mean that they have some really fun ones coming out. Both the sheep ones, which is crazy. They've got to have more sheep coming. They love their sheep. We'll see. Any requests on what y'all are wanting me to shop for coming up this next week? I know I'm going to be heading through Lawrence and Kansas City on Thursday, so I'll get to do a little out-of-town shopping. Couple spots here just right around the edge. That's usually where I don't put enough decoupage medium the first time, so I'm just going to add a little bit more and kind of press this down. Notice that paper isn't ripping or tearing or anything as I'm going. It's still super vibrant. And another thing I love about decoupage paper, if you're a maker, you've got fall markets you've got to think about, holiday markets you've got to think about. Decoupage is quick and simple. I think it's quicker, like more quick and simple than stenciling, usually. Thank you, Rhonda. There's definitely some fun designs. Lots of florals. If you're a floral lover, definitely go check out all the other papers too. $4.17 on sale, $6.95 originally. Now, a little bit more dry in here. Hey, good morning, Joan. I am so glad you're here, and I am sorry about the confusion. So I have bumped my live haul up an hour this summer. We've been going live at 9 a.m. People have busy schedules in the summer, and attendance was down a little bit. I've got 82 people on right now, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. So we have bumped it up just to 9 a.m. this summer. Items go live at 8:55. I'm sorry if you missed the memo, but make sure you set an alarm for next week so you don't forget. And then when I set my reminders and make my live haul announcements, I try to do that Friday night and put out an announcement so y'all have time to click that little reminder bell. So sorry, Joan. I'm so sorry. We might end up going with 9 a.m. from here on out, but we'll see. We're just for now for summer. I've got the kid home. She sleeps in a little more in the summer, so then I don't have to worry about her waking up while I'm live and being weird. But everybody else seems to be busy too. Just gotta make sure I get this good and dry. So pretty. I've got a little patina or a little top coat pooled under there. I can see it. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, I'm sorry that you hadn't heard quite yet. I think this is what, the third or fourth week we've been live at 9 now. Okay. Bring this around here. So like right here, a couple little wrinkles. No biggie to me. It's still really shiny right there. I think I've still got some wet top coat next to that little crease in the wood, so I'll be careful. But I do want to show you a little distressing if I can't get the whole thing distressed. Oh goodness. Do I have any 220 grit? Yikes. I don't. That's not good. Okay. So you're gonna want 220 grit sandpaper. Not 120 grit. It'll be okay. I'm just going to do the edges. So for my edges, what I'll do now is take 220, not 120, and I'm just going to sand downwards right along the edge. And as I do that, it's going to give me just a beautiful, clean little tear all the way around. It's actually really aesthetically pleasing. I know you can do like a water tear method. Some people just like hand tear things before or try to cut them perfectly. This is easiest for me. Once I am all done, oh yeah, I'm gonna edit, never mind. As I say, once I'm done with this, I'll put up a final picture. But dun 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 dun, final picture on the edited video. I'll do something fun. I'll do something a little fun and different with the base, but leaving it mostly plain wood. There's your hint. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry because it still feels a little tacky, I'm not even gonna lie. And then finish it up on the edited video this week. We're gonna distress this just a little bit, so I'll show you how pretty that looks. And then we will finish up the bottom with some kind of fun little pop of color without painting the whole thing. All right, y'all, so thrift haul for the week. If y'all have any questions about anything, let me know real quick before I hop off. Do I reseal the edges? Yes, Denise, sometimes I have to. And when I finish the edited video, I'll walk y'all through the steps. I'll probably do this one too. So I'll like decoupage the top of this one and then we'll finish this one up together so you can see the process from very beginning to very end in edited form. I don't always have to reseal the edges. Some of them are good, but like right here, boop, that one's lifting up a little bit, especially if you're reselling. But what I will do is after I sand it and give it just a little bit of distressing, I'll give it one final coat of top coat, especially since it's a lid. It's a great question. Yeah, so Joan, if you want to try them out, go hop on over. The JRV paper, since you were late on JRV papers, 8 types of them are discounted to $4.17 per sheet. That's 40% off the original price. This is one of them. But if you catch the replay, since you missed it, you'll see all of the papers. I showed them a little bit ago. Thanks y'all for hopping on. Make sure you go check out all of the thrift haul items, all of the DIY painting products, and the papers that are on sale. And I will be back later this week with more content and an edited video. Y'all have a great and safe 4th of July weekend. Bye, friends.